RecklessIRJ here, and I'm going to be giving you some updates on everything that happened. And in the background, I'm just going to give you the XL event on repeat. I was beating it consistently earlier. So, starting with the 829 update. That update had a lot of problems. It was 12 and a half hours late, making it a 18 and a half hour update. It was not supposed to be that long, and even then it was not finished. There were some things that were put in that update that actually were taken out of it because it wasn't finished. So the most important things that happened: the Haro AI, the pilot, his stat upgrade did not happen. As you see it in the red, I marked it. It did not happen because of whatever reason. The beginner's guide, they mark it as if they actually did something with it and said you can tap it now and it takes you somewhere else, but they actually didn't. They didn't fix it. They actually just took it out the game completely. So that's an interesting take on matters. Then if you look at the purple, the Gundam Artemis was brought into the game with some very low stats, and they very much so upgraded the stats. But the bad thing about it is that you can't consistently level it up. Sometimes trying to level it up, you will actually level it down. So the devs are on it. They already know that it's a problem and they're trying to fix it. I'm assuming they're going to fix that very quickly. I can't imagine them letting that stay in the game the way it is for very long. However, it's purple because at the same time, it was a really good stat upgrade. It's actually one of the better sets in the game right now. So for most people, you're going to want that. And it really added a lot of value to those friend capsules, as people really want the Artemis in that gear set now, that Gunpla. Moving on from that, they also brought Cold Feet into the game. So Cold Feet is Tuma's Gunpla that he was using against you at the very end. So a lot of us, we remember how many times it killed us or how hard it was. It's a really decent set. It's pretty good. Most of us agree on that. The issue is that it's such a hard time to get the drop rate for it. They put it in free hard mode, and the amount of energy you have to spend to get the pieces is so expensive that people aren't convinced that it's really worth it. The only thing in the set that people are really convinced might be worth spending that type of energy is a weapon that is called the Beam Scythe. And that Beam Scythe has 3.6 melee, a very dangerous and very quick repeating X special, and even then it has Ace exclusion. So it's a really good item that a lot of people agree is good. Then you have the event bonus, and I marked that one as yellow because I was a little upset. The event bonus wasn't really clear which bonus you had. I appreciate that they brought event bonuses in to make it clear that you had one, but it's not clear if you have a 2 or a 5 or a 7. So that's a little bit of a problem for me because I've had times I've had multiple pieces and I didn't know which one I had. So for me personally, I would have liked that. Then the update that's coming tomorrow. The update is going to be for 2 hours, and it's going to be from 5 to 7 Pacific time. So that means that they're trying to update this for Arena. Arena is supposed to start at 8 p.m. Pacific time. So I'm assuming this update is specifically for Arena to make sure that they can do Arena and everything with that. However, I will say, and in here, I'm sure I have a slide in here somewhere, I don't feel all that confident in them. It's supposed to be a 1 versus 1 for the Arena. They're not bringing back 3 versus 3 yet. That's not happening yet. But here it's showing that the devs basically said if we get high traffic issues again, then we're going to shut down Arena again. And for me, it doesn't seem like you have a whole lot of confidence in your fixing the problem if you're saying that if you get high traffic again, that you're going to shut down the game again. for the arena sakes again. I don't feel like that means the devs are confident in their fix. That means that they are they did it and they hope they fixed it, but they aren't really sure. So I'm a little skeptical. I wouldn't say arena's all the way back yet. Just cross your fingers, cross your fingers and hope for optimistic things to happen. But I can't say that I'm confident that it's really here yet. So be warned, that is a possibility the arena be back and it'll go right back down. Next, we have a rumor that is really more of a confirmed fact. Multi-mission co-op mode is coming to the game. And I'll break down everything and how we know and everything. So starting with, this co-op mode is going to be real time. And it's going to have features that would allow you to talk with people in real time. So what that means is, I keep saying real time, is that you're going to be 4 people all in the same room fighting together. It's not going to be you're all in separate rooms facing an AI. No, you're all going to be 4 people in the same room talking to each other, talking about how to fight this thing that you're going against. Moving on from that, the next thing that they mentioned was the fact that it's going to have public room or private room options. So the private rooms, you can just need an ID room and a password, and you and your friends can hop in and do whatever together. But the public rooms was a bigger interest to me, simply because they're basing it off of combat power, and we all know that CPWR is not an accurate measure for what is a Gunpla's strength level. So I'm a little concerned, because someone like me at 100k, almost every Gunpla at 100k is inflated on their strength and their stats. I'm one of the few cases that you could argue not, because the X skills that I upgraded that sent my rating up to 100k are ones that boost my shot attack so much that I have 10,000 shot attack throughout most of the fight. So I can justify and say, hey, I have this strong guy, but I don't feel confident that my other guys will. And even then, for people with a lower combat power, they're going to experience the same thing. They don't know if their allies are really going to be able to compete and really help them with it. So part of what you could attribute this to is that they're going to have 4 difficulty levels, just like it's an event. You're going to have hard, very hard, normal, and you're also going to have extreme. The question is how the energy would work, and the hope is that, I saw this idea mentioned earlier, one person who hosts it gets the best rewards, but they also have to spend energy, and then the 3 people that join them, they don't have to spend energy, but the rewards they get are smaller than the person that spent the energy to get it. So it's a question mark there. It's got some good potential. And then finally, everyone's probably looking at this and saying, when and how? How do you know that it's going to happen? And when do you think it's going to come out? Speculation for me says it's going to be at least 3 to 4 weeks. And then we know it's confirmed because it's confirmed by the Japanese Twitter. This game has 2 sides, the US side, as I call it, and the Japanese side. And the Japanese side has confirmed that this is a thing, because on September 12th through September 15th, there is going to be an event in Japan showing off on these features, basically. So I anticipate that they're not going to put it into the game prior to this showcasing so they can show off. But I don't anticipate them to immediately put it in the game after the showcasing. I'm expecting it to take the devs maybe another week or 2 to pull that off. At least a couple of days, so 3 weeks at least. Minimum is my guess, 3 weeks. With all that being said, if it's about 3 weeks, you've got plenty of time. I'm kind of hoping that if they can manage to do co-op, they can also manage to make Arena live. So instead of playing against an AI in Arena, you're actually playing against other live players in Arena. That would make things a lot more interesting. So I am curious to see if during this update for co-op, they can also start working out how to make Arena not against a computer. That is going to bring a whole lot of people that are interested in this. And then we still I'm curious to see if they revamp exactly how we work combat power. Because, again, combat power isn't an accurate measure. So if that's what you're going to be using to determine who you get matched with for co-op, that could be an issue later on. So I wonder if in the next 3 weeks before this drops or so, combat power will be reworked. Or if they're just going to make us kind of suffer with it and we're going to all adapt. Or what's going to happen with that. I'm very curious to see what happens with that. So, now that all that's been said, you all probably know that on Facebook, the Gundam Battle page decided they were going to have a player card contest. And the problem with that is that when we looked at it, it actually said that unless you were from the US or Canada or living in those areas, you could not receive the rewards. So I have a friend, his name is Damo, or I call him Damo. I've never actually asked him if he likes to be called Damo. It's a shortening of his name, but I call him Damo. And Damo decided he was going to host his own player card contest in our Discord. It's his Discord. I'm just an admin in it. I help out run it. But he's going to host a player card contest, and the reward is 4K Haro chips. And if you want to get in it, make sure that you join our Discord. So here are the rules. I've had them posted next to me for a second. And basically, it boils down to you only get one entry. Please, 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 do not spam it. Do not put alternates. This is meant for a players held event that is going to be for the players, by the players. Do not spoil it and try and have a whole bunch of alts to guarantee that you get it. Secondly, is going to be for the month of September, but Damo wants to run this every single month, and this first one is going to be a free-for-all, but then after that we're going to run more themed type events for the Gunpla player cards. So that is going to be happening. He's trying to do that, and it's already started. We've already started the one that's going to be here for September, and if you go in there right now, you can see that people are already signing up. It is active. So go ahead in there. Do what you're going to do. Get your Gunplas ready. It's 4K Haro chips. So get in there and do it. If you want those Haro chips, join us in Discord. I'm in the Discord. It's got a tournament mode. We've got multiple things planned for the future. But for now, it's just a free-for-all. It's going to be for 1 month. Get in there and join in. The biggest thing is, if you join the competition, you have to like at least one other person's picture. You can't just like your own and then say, I posted, I'm going to win. No, you have to like other people's pictures as well. And for the record, I'm in this contest too because I am not hosting it. Damo's hosting it. And the winner is the person that's determined by the most likes. So it doesn't matter that I'm admin. I'm not hosting it, so I'm in the tournament. If you want me to win, go like me up, because hey, if I win it, you see it on this YouTube channel, which means that you get to benefit from it as well. But even still, if you don't want me to win it, go in there and try and win it for yourself, because it's still out there. So that is everything that I have for this event, and I've tried to become more active in the social media and gaming world. So I have a business card, essentially, a social media card that is posted with all the different ways that I'm up here, but I'm still going to say it anyways, because, hey, it's a TLDR update. You're probably not going to want to read that. So, I have a Reddit. I have a Reddit page, RecklessIRJ, once again. I have a Twitter. It's also RecklessIRJ, once again. Discord, once again, if you're joining the tournament, I'm on there. In the chat room, I am RecklessIRJ. I actually play a different game as well, and in that game, I'm Mr. Ice. So if you try to look me up, it's going to have that hashtag, and I'm going to have both titles. And finally, I'm obviously on YouTube. So like and subscribe, and make sure you hit the bell so you get the notifications on my next video. This is RecklessIRJ.